Hey, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. You have survived another week. It's been, what is this, week 3 already, work from home for me? I'm guessing a lot of you who are tuning in are also work from home. Curious to hear how that's going for you. Tonight, I really have only two things on my mind. One is I feel like it's been a while since I checked out what's new on Product Hunt, so I'm curious to see what's there, what's new, what's cool, can we kick the tires on anything? And secondly, just a little like language thing that I have a great example of from Envision, and it's going to help me hopefully make a grammar improvement very accessible and easy. If you're tuning in for the first time, hey, I'm Adam Ruff. I am on the venture team at AngelList, doing product design work, and once a week I'm here. I'm happy to answer questions, talk about stuff, share things, check out things that you've made, share stuff that I'm working on. Anything design related can happen here. I feel like it's been a while since we did any design surgery, which might be fun. Maybe we'll get up to that. This stream's probably going to be short. It's probably going to be fairly consistent going forward because I'm at home and my wife's at home and she wants to go for a walk and grab dinner, and those are all really good, important things. So we'll plan on doing like 1 hour streams for the foreseeable future. That just means that, hey Ralph, good to see you. How are you doing? Good to know you're alive. Have you been sheltering at home? Yeah, I wonder, that's something I would love to be able to take a snapshot of, is what does it look like in different parts of the country right now? Before we dive into product hunt stuff and checking stuff out, I'll do a quick plug. My team is hiring. Product designer. If this post looks interesting, if you think you've got some skills and experience that will help you be successful, and this is something that's super exciting to you, we want to talk with you. So feel free to hit me up in chat, hit me up on Twitter, email me, whatever. Or if you know someone who you think might be a great fit for this role, let me know. If this role doesn't look interesting, no worries. I still highly recommend going to AngelList for your job search. You're going to learn about a lot of startups that are happening. This is actually a really interesting time to be, I guess, potentially looking for work, right? I'm not sure how startups are going to be reacting, but for the most part, as long as the company has money to drive, right? A lot of tech companies and tech startups, like, remote is okay. Working from home is not a big issue. So these might be companies that are especially good to check out these days, even over like big companies, which might be doing hiring freezes and different things like that. So highly recommend checking out AngelList. All right, let's dive in here. As I mentioned, I want to check out Product Hunt. I feel like it's been a little while. Been very heads down on stuff at work. I just haven't spent much time recently with Product Hunt. If Product Hunt is new for you, the simple summary is it's a place where people come to launch new products. A lot of, I'd say, primarily digital products and things that will help you get stuff done, make it happier to get stuff done, We got remote hour. 10 times more seamless than Zoom. Well, that kind of sounds interesting. I did flag a few things that I'd seen on previous days that I hadn't had a chance to check out. So we'll look at some of those as well. But let's just go through here. Sort Gmail, not super interested in that. Facebook ads, no. Tailwind starter kit, Tailwind CSS, kind of interesting if you're interested in, you're already using Tailwind CSS, might be worth to check out. Stay connected with your team. By the way, what are teams doing to stay connected? Actually, right before streaming, I was playing a virtual, is it called code name game with my team. That was pretty fun. It works pretty well actually over a Zoom call. Pretty slick. There's also a remote hour. I'm interested to check that out. Thread, share, discuss, and make decisions no matter where you are. Some sort of productivity thing. Check your risk factor. I actually did peek at this. I don't think it's even worth sharing. Remote work FAQs. Ginger yuzu. So here we go. Spicy new aperitif from the Warby Parker of alcohol. I'm not into alcohol, so I'll skip that. Lunch buddy. Make sure you have time to eat lunch every day. I'm surprised there's a thing for this. It's kind of sad. What I do is I just put a block on my calendar for lunch. If I'm okay with lunch meetings, I'll add like lunch meeting okay, or I'll add like DND, do not disturb, for lunch. New iPad Pro. That actually has a pretty awesome video. Slack 2.0, right? Big buzz, but you don't actually have access to it if you're an existing customer, so wah, wah, wah. Let's actually, maybe we can talk about some of the features though, what we're most excited about. Hand mirror for Mac, one-click camera check. It's kind of interesting. 2020 state of marketing, not interesting. Eddie, work from home manual. A lot of work from home manuals, like, I don't know, just work. Control illustration, some free illustrations. All you need is love. A completely new way to talk to the iPhone. Nope. Software donation. Brand new Dribble. Dribble is, I guess, kind of a competitor to AngelList. Be curious to look at that. Job form, COVID checkups. Parametric color mixer, so I've got that in the list. Lunch together, free remote virtual lunch for founders and freelancers. This might be interesting if you like meet new people. Problem is, usually when I'm eating lunch, I'm down in the kitchen. I don't want to have a screen. I'm trying to get away from the screen for a little bit. Phishing training for your team, read this twice. Cody, Figma tracking. Every plan. Zoom backgrounds. Nice. Stories, cloud devs, markup. This one actually looked really interesting. All right, we've got a few things. Look pretty good. All right, we've got a bunch. Let's dive into some of these. All right, so this first thing, what is this? Remote hour, 10x more seamless than Zoom. I feel like Zoom is pretty seamless. So what does that mean? I just snap my fingers like that and it's on. Let's see how it works. Remote hour, allow your coworkers, clients to talk to you anytime while you're available. Actually, this might be something that I like. Because I was thinking about doing a Zoom call, but I think my Zoom calls right now are capped at like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Come online when you open the app. You can set message when online, offline, and when talking. The call begins once someone clicks a talk button. You can have an open door policy when you're online, like you're in the office. So why is it called remote hour? Is it capped at an hour? No more schedule or request a call. Well, let's see what happens. So opening this remote hour, they're online. You can be a name, then you can turn your camera on and mic on, and then you can click talk. Interesting. All right, that's pretty cool. So you just get a link. Is this free? Is now all for free. Cool. Let's try this tomorrow. Let me see. Let me bring this off screen real quick and sign in. So I'm signing in with Google. And then here's my room URL. Cool, I'll put this in chat. I'll try this tomorrow. So, I've got my little link. Hey Jay, who won the second game? That's gonna be my remote hour link, so I will. Nice, Shinran. Wow, those Google money face look like snake people to me. They're really extreme eyes. That's interesting. So what I'll do. Oh man, the other team. Man, they're good. All right. We'll have to have a rematch. Have to have a rematch for that. So my plan will be, I'll experiment with this remote hour tomorrow. It's Friday. I guess kind of the first half of the day because I have some meetings and things already scheduled for the second half of the day. But I'll just put this out there. If you're interested in like hanging out, asking me a question, telling me what you're working on, showing me something, you'll be able to pop into my remote hour. So I will, I'll tweet this link out tomorrow morning as well, and we can try it out. So that does seem pretty cool. This is actually a feature that I wish Zoom had, where it's exactly like this. You're just like always on, and then someone can like knock and you can say like, yeah, cool, just come on in. I think that's a fantastic way to do it because you can leave a message. You can even say like, hey, I can set some context about what I want. How do I do that actually? Here we go. Let's see. Room menu, settings, business hours. Okay, sure. Let's do 9 to noon. Session interval. Let's make them 10-minute sessions. Just see what happens. I can always change this. Default cam. Camera's on. You don't have to have camera on. Is this my cam? I guess this is for me. I'm okay with having my camera on. That's fine. Slack notification. Alarm. Woo, look at that. All right. Let's, we can be nice. We can be nice guests and visitors and say, hey, we think you meant alert. So let's see, who created this? Shun Yamada. All right, can we private message Shun? How does product hunt work like this? I can't directly message? That seems odd. If I follow him, maybe I can? Submitted, made, blah, blah, blah. Yep. So, no, I can't. Okay, but I can go to his Twitter, I guess. That's how I'll do it. Let's follow. See if he has DMs open. Maybe he does. You don't need to see all that private stuff. Why doesn't it just show the message? Man. Next. My message would be like, hey Shun, checking out, what's this thing called? Remote hour? checking out remote hour and found a typo. Just wanted to let you know. Thanks for remote hour. Going to try it out tomorrow. Cool. And then I'll grab my image. There, I've got the image. Yay. And I can drop it in. Cool, there we go. DM'd him. All right, done. Boom. I can't believe there's not direct messaging in Product Hunt. Surprised by that. All right, cool. And then where can I write my message? Here we go. When I'm online. I'll get this set up for tomorrow. Happy Friday. Join me for 10 minutes to chat about anything you want. Or I can just compliment you and tell you how awesome you are. Boom. Offline. Can't answer you right now. Sorry, I'm not available. Please leave me a message and I'll let you know when I'm back. It's kind of the same thing. Great, I've got these things saved, so this should all be set up for tomorrow. We'll check it out. We're gonna do, I don't know where people see this, but I'll try 9 a.m. to noon. Awesome, cool, that'll be fun. Oh, I see, this is where it shows the hours. And it says time zone too, interesting. Okay. Nice, all right. Let's check out more cool things from Product Hunt. So Slack 2.0, right? New customers get it. Existing customers who have been paying collectively millions and millions and millions of dollars get nothing instantly. 2 to 3 week rollout. I don't know why companies do that. I feel like so many things I feel like are just kind of like broken. For example, when a new company, when someone's doing a promotion, right? Like you just signed up for something, some new tool, something you paid money for, right? You paid $500 for something. Maybe it's like a couple months later, then they're like, hey, we've got this special promotion. It's like, we're offering it for $99. Now, if they're good, I mean, you can reach out to the company, ask them, say like, hey, I just bought this a few months ago and I noticed you're doing this promotion. Like, I was wondering if I could get the difference or something, you know, for me who's been supporting you. Yeah, I think that companies tend to when they do things like that, I guess I can see both sides of the story, right? One is, well, you've been paying for it and for 3 months you've had the value of the tool or whatever service you're paying for, right? All right, fair enough. Having said that, it also feels like if you're doing something really, really, really nice for new users, like it would be cool to think about something special you can also do for existing customers, right? Is there anything extra you can do? Is there something special, even if it's just like a thank you? Yeah. Anyway. Enough about my rant. Like I'm actually I'm frustrated because love and hate are like very close, right? So I'm very excited about the ability to like bucket channels and things into these groups. This is something that is gonna revolutionize, I think, my experience of Slack and really help me get it organized. Right now, my thing is like favorite every channel, and now I just have this monstrous wall of favorites that I keep going through. I'm super curious to see what kinds of strategies people set up to organize their Slack and how people organize their Slack. So this one's huge. New navigation, I don't know about that. New compose button, I don't know about that. Let's see, can I learn anything about it? Does the website actually highlight these new things or not? Let's see. Simpler, more organized. This is a blog, this tiny thing that's moving all around. You don't know what's going on, don't care. Just tell me how it's gonna help me. Easier to use. New navigation bar makes it quicker to search Slack. Search sucks. Like, did you make the search work well? Making search fast is not better than making search effective. So I'll be curious to see if search is any better. I'm notoriously frustrated with Slack search results. I know someone said something in some channel, and Slack, the system, should know that, but it doesn't help. It's not very helpful. Key information now stored neatly atop your sidebar. Mentions, reactions, files, people, and apps. I guess there's not really an example of that happening right here, but okay. When you're ready to start a new conversation, you can now do so using an all-new compose button. It's a convenient way to begin drafting a message before picking who to send it to. Okay. If your attention is elsewhere, your draft is set. Huh, so you lose context? That's interesting. To me, this is a little counterintuitive of the way to draft a message. I guess it depends on what it is, right? If it's a new thing that you're starting versus responding to someone. So this feels very much like, and it does say that, start a new conversation. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Because you have like more room and kind of freedom to construct things without thinking about the other stuff. Okay, great. What else? This is the big thing. This whole prioritization and organization. For me, this is like the thing I've been waiting for. Name your sections, drag and drop. Great. What is this? Essential tools, blah, blah, blah. A new lightning bolt icon next to the input field, and what happens? And then you click that, and then you can do, oh, like start a poll. Oh, that's kind of cool. The poll thing could come in handy. Maybe other integrations. Blah, blah, blah. Shared channels. I don't know what that means. Cool. All right. Well, I'll be not holding my breath, waiting for the day I can sort those Slack channels. If you are using the new Slack, or once you do, would love to hear your strategy for organizing and your experience for any of these new features or functionality. Let's move on, shall we? So this one looked interesting. So Dribble, notoriously like design porn, basically, right? Very visual focused. Interesting place for inspiration. A lot of stuff that's like very experimental, a lot of art, a lot of illustration as well. Interesting. I felt like the discover the world's top designers and creative professionals. Okay, I thought there was an element about like job search, but maybe they haven't focused on that. I haven't been to Dribble in a while. What's new? So this is the blog post. Let's actually just see if we can see what's new, what's different. Okay, first thing I noticed, and I haven't been here in a while, the images are huge. So they're, I don't know, 3 to 4 times the size they were previously. This allows you to get a lot more detail. Fewer things on the page, but when things are high res, it's a lot more impactful. I think it works really well for kind of small focus things, like this kind of zoomed in view. Web pages still get kind of lost. You're like, I don't know what's going on here. Mobile stuff, I have no clue what's going on here. Something that's interesting, this is actually like my huge pet peeve, right, for portfolios, is they're showing things on hover, right? Why is putting stuff on hover some things annoying? Because it requires you to remember it. It's like a website being really lazy. Like, yeah, I could tell you this thing is called Sequer Cloud, or I could tell you this is landing. I could tell you this is dashboard. I mean, these are horrible names. Is this what people are naming their stuff? This one seems legit. Run Mario Run, right? But some of these other things just, Anyhow, that's another topic. But it's making you remember this. I think it would be even more helpful, and this is something that, Dribbble, I kind of get why Dribbble does this. It's very just like, look at stuff, look at the shiny things. That's what Dribble's all about. It's not necessarily about displaying work in a real meaningful way, right? In providing any context or having real discussions other than like, cool, looks great. Like, Dribbble is primarily a big ego stroke. That's why you post here, right? And so I'm like a little sad that Dribbble like can't grow up a little bit and be more of a place where like real conversations happen. And I think a step away from that is by having this information of the title in hover. To be fair, the titles that people are coming up with, not great. So you can see why they may have decided to do that. They're really weak titles. They don't give you really much context about what's going on. And things like adding to the folder. So interesting, you can't click this heart. So you have to hover over this thing. That seems a little odd. Like, why would you have these real primary things hidden? Like, let's see if it's accessible. I'm tabbing through now. No, it's not accessible, so sorry, people with screen readers, you wanna be on Dribbble, but you can't really participate because you can't select anything. Bummer. Yeah, I mean, looks nice, right? It looks even cleaner. I think the previous design had more color, so this kind of white, all white, is like really light and really lets the imagery stand out. I'm not sure how I feel about this images with white background. I always struggle with this personally when I'm thinking about how to display images on a page, and I tend to like to do some sort of framing so that an image like this can't just kind of blend into the page, but that every frame looks distinct. What else am I noticing as I'm kind of scrolling through? I mean, I think the large images work for the most part. Like, that's what people come here to do, is like to see these images. So the fact that they're larger, great. What was at the top? All animation, branding, illustration, mobile, print, product design, typography, web design. I don't remember if these things were available before, but what happens when I skip to product design? Yeah, it definitely looks like it filters down. I mean, I don't know that their categories are that strong. Like, to me, this maybe is product design. This maybe is product design. This is, I guess this is an Apple Watch or something. Maybe that's what this is. Okay, that is. This, not really. This, not really. Has the word product design in it, but not really what I'm looking for. This, nope. This, yes. Maybe. Definitely not. Okay. I guess this is more like packaging, so I'd say no, yes, yes, no, no. So kind of spotty. What do we have for filters? Tags. You can enter a color. Made with. Interesting. How do people know what's what? So I guess this is that's interesting. So what's the point? I guess this is maybe a new feature that people can add what tools they use to make things. I don't know that necessarily matters that much. For the most part, if you're using, I mean, this is vector-based tool, vector-based tool, vector-based tool. I guess it's weird to say made with Unsplash, which is a photography, a royalty-free photography warehouse, essentially, right? Yeah, okay. So I guess people can start adding this information. Downloads. Okay, so things with downloads. I'm looking for some, maybe someone has a sketch download. So that's interesting. Like from a product design perspective, like thinking about this, like if it has a sketch download attached, right? If it has a sketch download attached, like why don't you automatically also tag it made with sketch? Like how are you going to get a sketch download without using sketch? So it seems like there's some opportunities for them to fill in some of these gaps on their own without relying on people. Chad. Chad is my former colleague. And I'm seeing what he's up to. Where are the dates? This is what it showed, but what was the date? 3 years ago. That's interesting. Why did it show Chad stuff? Are these people that I follow? Product Hunt, I'm following. Trying to see if there's other people I noticed that recognize their name. It's like all one guy. Martin Rariga. Interesting. Okay, what else is new? Hiring designer. This seems like there's even more emphasis of the job search. So let's see how their stuff stacks up. Hire, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready to start hiring. Zoom down here. You can search for a designer, which costs the same as posting on the job board, or you can do both, or you can get a curated talent pool. These are the features. Okay. Okay, interesting. So maybe designers themselves feel like people who are coming to Dribble are going to be better clients. It's kind of interesting. Lower cost, partner, premium. Yeah. I think for certain types of creative folks and designers, I think this could probably be pretty effective. How do you know who's available? Can you tell that just on the for designers, hiring designers? Interesting. Weekly warm-up. Design a message of hope. All right, that's kind of cool. What's this weekly warm-up is all... No, these are all people's weekly warm-ups. These are cool. Can I see past warm-ups? Let's see. Does this have a URL? No, it goes specifically to a shot. That's a bummer. I wanted to bookmark the URL. Alright, I'm just going to make a personal note. Design a message of hope. Maybe we'll do that. Runs until Sunday, March 22nd. Should we just do it? Why not? Let's do it. So we'll create a new document. And let's see here. I forget what dribble image dimensions are. Rebound this shot. Here we go. Oh, here, it's going to tell me. Well, not really. Tells me for animated images, so I'm guessing this is the same. 1600 by 1200. Cool, let's do that. Do we have a dribble one in here? Oh, look at this. Sketch actually has it. I didn't even have to look. I love it. I actually really like that new... I forget which version. A recent version of Sketch updated that to give you all the social things. I would love it even better if I was able to clap some of these things. But it's cool. It has the dribble shot right there. All right. So, chat. What's our positive message? Something of hope, right? Shoot, where did it go? Let's go back. Design a message of hope for your friends, community, and neighbors. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna grab this. We're not gonna look at the other ones because we don't want to I don't want to be influenced by the others. But let's just see what's going on here. A message of hope. All right. I feel like I want to grab a quote because I feel kind of tired and I don't want to do a lot of thinking right now, honestly. So let's see if we can find a quote. Hopeful quote. Hopeful quotes from Goodreads. I want a Carl Sagan quote. Hope. Carl Sagan quotes. I'm reading a book by Carl Sagan's widow, whom I forget her name because I'm just horrible when I hear someone's name once. I'm not going to remember it very well. The book is called Cosmos Possible Worlds. Let's look it up. I want to... Cosmos Possible Worlds. This is my bedtime reading for like the past, I don't know, week or two. Where's the book? The book. Here it is. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Androyan. Fantastic. Super easy to read book and super amazing. So I'll plug this. You can see it shows you. I purchased this March 5th, I guess. So let's see, what's that? Yeah, it's about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'll put this in. Oh, by the way, in case you're not familiar, for anyone who's not familiar with it, Amazon has this wonderful program change the www to smile.amazon, and then you can support a charity. Like, you can see for World Wildlife Fund, I've generated like $60, almost $61 just by shopping through smile.amazon instead of the usual www site. Peleg, welcome. Aloha. How are you doing? We're exploring product hunt stuff. We got into Dribble, then Dribble had this little challenge. Now we're off looking for a hopeful Carl Sagan link, and that made me think of this book that I'm reading, my bedtime reading, Cosmos Possible Worlds by Anne Droyan, who is Carl Sagan's wife, and she's an amazing... I heard about this book on NPR's Fresh Air. She was being interviewed, and she was telling a really interesting story, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta check out this book, and the book is amazing. I'm doing pretty good. I'm hanging in there. This is week 3, work from home. And yeah, I feel like I've got enough supplies. I'm looking forward to getting outside and taking a little walk in a bit. Just a heads up, Peleg, gonna be having probably short streams for the next few weeks, 1 hour streams. So glad you're able to join us. And with that said, let's try to find a hopeful quote from Carl Sagan. Ooh, look at this. Every one of us is, in the cosmic perspective, precious. If a human disagrees with you, let him live. In 100 billion galaxies, you will not find another. Wow. I like that one. I'm gonna grab this. All right, and then let's see. We had a sketch file open. Great. We may do some Google searching for fonts in a little bit. But for now, let's just drop this in here. I'm going to separate the quote from the author. And I'm going to make this big. Woo! And let's see. Let's fix some of this stuff here. 72. Let's go 1.25. Can make it a little bit tighter. In general, the larger the font size that you're using, the shorter the line height you're going to want to use to make that look really great. And this thing is 1600, so let's give, what do we say, 100, 160 on each side, so that's 320. So let's do 1600 minus 320. I love you can just do that simple math in Sketch. I love it. To make an apple pie, you must first invent the universe. Ooh, I like it, Peleg. I like it. I wonder if I can find something real quick, Peleg, that I think you might enjoy. Neil. I'm gonna copy, let's see, how do I get this? I feel like you can't copy the link from Google results, right? It comes out all weird. Let's just go back to Sketch and just paste it and see what it looks like. Oh wow, it actually worked really nicely. So I take that back. All right, Peleg, this one's for you. It's basically Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, come on. Why isn't that copying? Copy. Paste. Paste. There we go. Talking about, like, are we in a simulation? And he's been struggling with for a long time No one's giving him a really strong argument about why we're probably not a simulation. And so this is like 7 or 8 minutes, pretty interesting and fun. New piece of information that Neil shares. I think is great. All right, so man, do we just make it really simple? Did I just do this? Is this too simple? It's not gonna be, is this not dribbly enough? I'm gonna look and see kind of what fonts I have here that might be a little bit different. Maybe a font I use for text editor. Maybe like this. And then another thing to think about is, can we do anything with the layout? Like, do we have to have this blob of text? Maybe we split this out a little bit. So conclusion that it doesn't matter. Oops, I want to get rid of the... Okay. So I've got one. I need the second piece. Because then we can play around a little bit with maybe just doing some special emphasis. I think we can remove the quotation marks. I think it's okay for this kind of artistic. Oh, interesting. All of this is bold right now. So if we make it regular. And I'll make this regular. And this one regular. Wait a minute. Oh no, I lost, my bad. I lost part of the quote. Here we go. Accidentally. Two of the same things. Here we go. Nice. All right. So we got that one. Let's line these guys up. Boom. Boom. Let's see. I think we wanted to move it 160. Cool. And let's set that like that. Precious, let him live. You will not find another. Cool. I think that's, to me, when I read it or when I say it, that's where I put the focus is on. Yeah, I think you'll at the very least, Peleg, you'll enjoy the video. And maybe, yeah, we'll see. I'd be curious to hear if you got anything else out of it as well. Okay, cool. So let's... I guess, let me box this stuff up in a group. Cool. I've got that nicely centered. And I think I'll pop over to Unsplash. Let's see if there's like a little flavor of space that we can add to this. This one's pretty. This one really focuses on like one person. Let's try this one. All right. Back to sketch. So we have a couple options, right? We could do a light on dark. Right? So let's call this group dark. And let's duplicate it and call the other one light. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into all the text layers and set everything light. And then I'm also going to set a background color that is dark. Wait a minute, is this not in the... There we go. I guess I accidentally pulled it out. And then we can play around with, not multiply, maybe soft light. Any of these ones? Okay, there's one. Hard light. Overlay doesn't do it because it's dark. Come on. Difference can do the same thing. Black and white. It's kind of cool. Can also reduce it. We could also focus on just... I almost feel like it's... I'm going to take some artistic liberty here. Let me know what you think. I'm thinking about removing this part about like, if a human disagrees with you, let him live. It seems like such a... I don't know. It's like, if someone disagrees with you, why would you even contemplate not allowing that person to live? Like, we're just talking about a disagreement. So I almost feel like focusing on these two is actually more hopeful and doesn't have anything, doesn't have that element of negativity in it. Paraphrased from. All right, Peleg. It's backing me up. I feel more confident when another person says they also found that text a little bit awkward. Oh, come on, come on, come on. There we go. All right. Dark is going to disappear. $70, $80, cool. All right, now we've got this group. Cool. Anything else I should be doing to spice this up? We only have a few minutes left, so I don't want to spend too much time. Design a message of hope for your friends, community, and neighbors. Cool. I hope this is helpful. Hopeful. Does this inspire hope? I think it's definitely positive. I don't know how well I did at soliciting or encouraging feelings of hope. It's definitely self-reflective. Let's not overthink it though. So, most of all, we want you to stay safe, be well, and be good to one another. I think it fits with the theme. I don't want to overthink it too much. But is there some other element we want to incorporate here? Will be more powerful this is if this is on one line. Maybe I reduce the font size a little bit. I think that helps it, right? Helps put it in perspective, like feel a little smaller when the font is a little bit smaller. All right, let's do it. Unless there's anything, is there any other visual element we want to add to this? Is it going to, I have one thought actually. This might just be too subtle to even see. You can't add other shadows. But should we add some shadow to it? Does it help? All right, let's do it. We're gonna call this is a message of hope dribble shot. Cool. We can export. 1x should be just fine. Let's export it to my desktop. Cool. Oh, we haven't saved this file. Let's save this too. This is Carl Sagan quote. Great, now we can go back to dribble. Yes, and rebound it. Desktop, desktop. There we go. Oh, let me see if it's shrunk to size. I love this image opt-in plugin. So when I export images from Sketch, it automatically starts crushing it. And it's crushed as much as it could. It's really simple. What was this thing called? Weekly challenge? Weekly challenge shots. No, go back home. Where did I find it? For designers. No, explore. Weekly warm-up. Weekly warm-up it was called. All right, cool. I'm gonna call this weekly warm-up for the week of March 16th. Weekly warm-up for week of March 16, 2020. Tag. I'm gonna tag Carl Sagan and quotes and that's it. Tell us about your process and how you arrived at this design. I did this at the end of a long work day. So I searched for a quote from Carl Sagan, inspired by his wife Anne, right? Did I get that right? Androyan. Androyans. Book Cosmos Possible Worlds. My recent bedtime reading. Okay. I grabbed an image from Unsplash and played around with the text layout and emphasis. I hope you find, I hope when people read this, they're inspired to treat all humans with dignity, respect, and kindness. Boom. All right. Publish. Cool. This is gonna wrap us up. We're right at 7 o'clock. Oh, can I link things? Great. Let's see. Does it show up here? I guess the highest rated things show up. So I got to go to all rebounds. So maybe that's where I'll end my plug. If you like this quote. Oh, wait, where is mine? No, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. It's the first one. I scroll right past it. Maybe that's not good. Let me give the link. If you are so inclined, you can pop over and give it a like, and that's gonna help get it up on the board so more people see it. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Ralph. Hope you continue to do well, keeping things together on the East Coast. Thanks for Jay and Shinron for stopping in. And Peleg, as always, for joining. Love your questions. And thank you for playing along with me. So let's do this again next week. Same time, 6 p.m. And I'll be looking forward to catching up with you at that time. All right. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, be kind to each other, and happy designing.